welcome to session 2 of the Flawless Communicator. My name is Titi Omole, and I'm the CEO and founder of Courts for Children Limited. And our aim in Courts for Children is to empower youth to thrive. We produce several initiatives for young people. One of them is this particular one, which is about training and equipping you with life skills. And this is one of them, one of the trainings. And we've still got more to come. So visit our website, www.courtsforchildren.co.uk. We also have another initiative called the True Little Hero Awards, where we celebrate achievements of young people that are living in the UK and also international. So watch out for that. We're excited. 2020 is going to be a virtual one. We're going to open our lines for nomination sometime in August. So please just be on the lookout for that. Again, if you want to find out more about us, you can see from that picture some of the photos that were taken at some of our events, past events. And our website is www.truelytohero.com. Go to our Facebook pages. We've got a lot of social media platforms. We've got Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, YouTube. Go there. Please go and like us. If you're enjoying what we're doing, go and like us. And when we ask you to give us your feedback, please do so. We really value your feedback. It would also help us to better prepare for you, in our future trainings. I'm going to hand over back to Juliana, who is going to be facilitating the Flawless Communicator. Over to you, Juliana.
Thank you very much, Titi. Before we start, I can see that somebody has written in the chat that they can't hear. So if you can hear me, could you just write yes or why? Even if I just have that from 1 or 2 people. Yes, brilliant. Okay, so I hope the lady or gentleman who put that can hear now. If not, I would advise that you log off and log back in, even though you won't be able to hear that. But thank you so much, Titi. And do bear in mind, guys, True Little Hero Awards is exactly the opportunity that you need. And it's a platform that will really highlight and showcase and reward your talent. So make sure you look out for those nominations to start. Okay. Before we go and dive right in, some house rules, ground rules, which are really important. Again, as we've said, as Titi said, all of your comments and feedback do go to callsforchildrenltd@gmail.com. You can also write to Titi and the team at Calls for Children. If you have any ideas or you want to ask any questions, please do either take a picture of that email address or write it down. It's very important. Please have your microphones muted. I do assure you that as we go forward in this course, there will be an opportunity for you to speak and for us to see you, but only when permitted. Do switch off your camera. Raise hands if you want to speak. Write your questions in the chat box. I do love hearing from you. It was great to have a little bit of interaction last week. And respect others by being polite when speaking or asking a question or responding to a question. Very important. We're going to do something we did last week. And we're going to do this for just 3 minutes. We want to know who you are so we can make sure that everything we do at Calls for Children is tailored to you. So please, very quickly start a new tab. And I want you in your Google or your Safari or whatever web browser to type in www.slido.com. Slido is spelled as it's written here, S-L-I-D-O. slido.com. You will see this page that you're seeing on your screen now. And at the hashtag here, we are going to write in flawless, F-L-A-W-L-E-S-S. Please write that in the search box. And there will be just a very quick poll, just so we can find out just exactly who you are, and this is for your benefit, so we can make sure that we're tailoring all of our communications tools and upcoming courses to your needs. So please do that. We'll give you 2 more minutes. There'll always be an opportunity to go back, but whilst you're all gathering, I know there's still a few more people that are coming into the room. Please do fill out that information. Thank you very much. We'll just spend 1 or 2 more minutes on doing that. Yep, that's filling up very quickly. Thank you so much, guys. Just 60 more seconds. If you can just let us know whether you're male or female and your age category. And again, this is to make sure that we're offering courses that will benefit you the most. Just a couple of more seconds on that, and we'll be moving on. Brilliant. Okay, so hi everybody. I'm sure you can see me. I tried to put some light on in the room. I'm Juliana Olayinka. Many of you, of course, would have seen me last week, but I'm sure there may be some people that weren't here last week. So just a little bit about me. I'm 34 years old. That's me here, sitting in the studio, because I'm a news anchor. I present news, I do live reports, and that picture was taken a couple of months ago on set of my TV show. I live in East London, born, raised, still living in East London with my husband and 3 young children. I went to Westminster Kingsway College. When I was there, I studied government and politics, English literature, and psychology. I then went on to study journalism, BA, which is an undergraduate course at the University of Arts, London. That is a specialist university. Again, for any of you that do want to get into media or communication, that's a great university. It's not just communications, they also do lots of other courses in fashion and art, really great university. I then went on to do a master's degree in global diplomacy at the University of London, the School of Oriental and African Studies, a fantastic university. I learned so much and I built up a really strong network. And you'll realize as you climb up the ladder, as you go on into higher education, who you know is vital, which is why it's so important to continue into your studies and get a great group of friends. I've worked for Channel 4, the BBC, MTV, Thomson Reuters, Bloomberg, amongst many other news stations. And I've also spoken at the United Nations, which is, well, the world's largest, most important non-governmental policy-making organization. And I did that in New York. And I also did that in Switzerland. I've done it, and I can absolutely assure you that you can do it too. So that's just a little bit about myself for those who perhaps were not here last week or those who just needed a refresher. So I'm going to give you again a quick outline of what this Flawless Communications course is all about and what we'll be studying. Last week, we did a session on defining what effective communication is. What makes you a flawless communicator, and how do you build your self-confidence? Because without that confidence, it's pretty difficult to communicate well. And I hope you guys enjoyed last week. Today, what this session will be about is understanding your digital footprint. I'll continue when we start. Next week, we'll be talking about writing. And I want you to not fear writing, not fear that homework when you're asked to do an essay, but I want to show you the basics to make writing easy and simple, because it should be. The more complicated you make it, the harder it is, and it shouldn't be that way. Session 4 will be the other side of the story. I want you to be able to equip yourself with both sides. Even if you have a really strong opinion about Boris Johnson, about your mum, about your brother, your sister, the news, that's fine. But before you're able to have a strong opinion about something, it is vital to know what the other side of that story is, so you can go in fully balanced. If you're going to be a good communicator, you've got to know what you're talking about. And finally, we will be doing a presentation of all of the stuff we've learnt in session 5. Now, the course goals at the end of this, and this is for everybody to know, I want you to be a descriptive, effective communicator. I want you to understand the importance of your online footprint. You should be able to write a clear, descriptive piece of text. You should be able to present an argument. That will be great for anybody who wants to go into politics. And you should also understand the role of the media. Vital, very vital, because that's where we get the bulk of our information. So you have to understand the position they're playing at. So I did this last week, and I will be doing this every week. And this is a motivational quote. I would like you to write this down. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. Act as if what you do makes a difference. It does. Never think that doesn't matter if I make my bed. Doesn't matter if I get to school on time. It doesn't matter if I put this post up about whether it's a Black Lives Matter sentiment or another policy or an area of interest that matters to you. Everything you do matters. It has much of a global presence than you could ever know. So please write that down, because that's really important. It matters and you matter. Diving into this session, what is your digital footprint? A digital footprint is data that's left behind when users have been online. This ranges from commenting on news pieces or liking social media posts to make online purchases. There are two types of digital footprints. The first type of digital footprint is passive. Passive footprints are those you leave behind without intending to do so. For instance, websites that collect information about how many times you visited them are adding to your digital footprint in a passive fashion. This is something, guys, that we can't really control. I'm sure you've all seen it. Cookies. You go onto a website, they let you know that, hey, hang on a minute, I'm collating all the data that you've got here. So you may go onto a shoe site or on a sports clothing site, and you may notice if you go onto another website, those exact trainers you were looking at, or that lip gloss you were looking at, may appear on the side or may appear on the top, or may even, you know, when you want to type in Google, you might just type one letter and it then says lipstick. This is information that the internet is collating about you. We have no choice about that, but it's really important that you understand that wherever you go on the internet, that information is being stored. This is something that we can't do nothing about, but it's very important that you understand whatever you type on your browser is being stored somewhere. The other part of your digital footprint, which is the most important and what we're going to focus on today, is your active digital footprint. An active digital footprint is where the user has deliberately shared information about themselves, either by using social media sites or by using websites. Now, I've got this really exciting video for you, and I believe that Live My Digital explain your digital footprint in a really great way. So please listen, because it's really engaging and really exciting. Let me just start it from the point I believe is going to benefit us the most.
Hi guys, I'm Willow B, a YouTuber and online safety campaigner, and you're watching the Live My Digital video series. Today's topic is the digital footprint. I'm here at Google, one of the most exciting tech companies in the world, and I can't think of anywhere more perfect to shoot the video for today's topic. That's because this video is all about having awareness of your reputation and thinking of cool things you can do online to get yourself noticed so that one day you can land yourself a cool job at somewhere like Google. This video gives you insights into how digital footprints are formed, why it's important to be aware of them, how you can manage your digital footprint, and ways to make it work to your advantage. I think of social media like a digital diary. I have memories of all the things I've done, the places I've been to, and the people I've met along the way. Every now and then, I'll scroll back through my pictures, going all the way back to school, and find myself smiling or cringing at the things I've done. As cool as it is to have all of these memories at the click of a button, it's also important to be aware that whenever these pictures, videos, comments get posted online, we're creating our digital footprints. And if that stuff is embarrassing or inappropriate, it may be visible for the whole world to see. A digital footprint is the trail of digital information we leave behind us when we do anything online. When we share, search, join groups or buy things, all of this information is stored somewhere. Sometimes we know about it and sometimes we really don't. Research shows that 48% of employers will use search engines to research you before considering you for a position. And if you decide to apply for university further down the line, many of them will also research your digital footprint as part of the application process. In these situations, having a good digital footprint can massively work in your favour. What do you want people to discover when they search you? We're already seeing 6-second CVs on Vine, portfolios beautifully displayed on Pinterest, creative CVs developed by Snapchat stories, and people showcasing their hobbies and interests, like fashion and photography, through their blogs and YouTube channels like mine. The things we post today could be important years down the line. When content that reflects you in a negative light is easily visible in search, your online reputation is at risk. Here's what a group of students I spoke to had to say on the matter.
You can't control what other people are doing, and if they're tagging you, it seems a bit like you're overreacting if you're telling them to take it down and stuff. Every single picture you post goes up on Google Images, so when you post something you think it probably won't go up, but it can because some do.
Don't post anything that you wouldn't want everybody to see, because if you post something and think, oh, I really wouldn't want my teacher or my mum to see that, the chances are it's the wrong thing to be posting.
Try to post something or write a Twitter status or anything, just be mindful of who's watching and who can find out.
So what can you do to clean up or protect your digital footprint? Here are a few tips I have to help you keep on top of things. Having a good play around with the security settings on your social media accounts is key. Make sure they're set to a standard you're happy with, so that only the people who you want to see your business can see your business. If you've posted something in the past that you're not happy with or think it's a bit inappropriate, delete it. This will make it less visible. If someone else has posted a piece of content that you're not happy with and you've been tagged, you usually have the option to untag yourself. You can also report it to the networks themselves if you want it pulled down. Remember to delete or deactivate any other unwanted accounts that you don't use anymore. And I'd also recommend regularly logging out of all of your online profiles, including your social media accounts, and searching for yourself using popular search engines like Google. I hope you found this advice useful. Technology is amazing and we all have the right to use it safely and responsibly. We've got loads of other similar videos you can click on to find out more.
Okay, guys, that was, I think, a really thorough explanation of what your digital footprint is. I do apologise if anybody did have a little bad connection towards the end of that video, but I want us to think about a couple of things whilst we go into our next activity. In your own words, please write down your definition of what a digital footprint is. You've had 3 explanations now. In your own words, in one sentence, write down what is your digital footprint. I also want you guys to write down 2 social media sites that you regularly use and need more digital monitoring. I can say that the 2 that I use the most are probably Instagram and Twitter. Those are the 2 that I use the most, and I would say that those are the 2 that I should really be looking at what I put on those feeds. So please just pick 2 social media sites that you think, do you know what? I need to start looking at the kind of things I post or write on those sites. Name those 2. I'm happy for you to share them in the chat box if you'd like. When was the last time you deleted a post, and why did you do that? What did you learn from that experience? When was the last time you deleted either a picture, either a comment, a tweet, a Facebook post, a WhatsApp status, Why did you do that? And what did you learn from doing that? Write down one thing you're going to do over the next 7 days to improve your digital footprint on your favorite social media platform. That's really important, and we're going to be doing that each and every session. Last week, I asked you to think about one bad attitude behavior that you would alter over the next 7 days and see the results. It's really important that you write down one thing you're going to be doing over the next 7 days to improve your digital footprint. Perhaps that could be not laughing or LOLing at somebody's picture that you don't like. What is it you've been doing that in retrospect you think, do you know what, I'm not going to be doing that over the next week because I want to be really careful and cautious about what I'm doing online. Social media do's. Now, it's not all doom and gloom. We know that social media is absolutely important, especially now. We're in a global pandemic. Many of us have been locked down for about 3 months now. And because of that, we've realized the importance of social media. For many of us, this is the way we've been able to interact with our family members, our grandparents, our friends who we're not seeing at school. So there are some great points about social media. But if you are going to be using social media, set SMART goals. Be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. If you know, for example, that you are using Instagram or Twitter quite often, what are you posting? Do you ever think about, okay, right, I've got this social media platform. This is me. This is my character and my personality that I'm showing to the world. I'm not just going to randomly post. You need to be very specific about what you're posting. You also have to have measurable goals. Are your goals on social media to increase your social media following? Is it to increase your network? Try and find out exactly and think about what you want to achieve by being on social media. Is this achievable? I don't have thousands of followers on Instagram, but perhaps I would say, if I was to say, right, for a month, I'm going to be focusing on posting these particular types of posts, and I want to be able to get 20 new followers. It's really important that you start thinking about exactly what you want to achieve on social media. Make sure they're relevant. It's really important as well that you're posting things that make sense and people can engage with and people will enjoy. And they also need to be time-bound as well. That's really important. Whatever you're going to be posting on social media, make sure that you're doing it within a good time. At the moment, there are so many different applications that can tell you, right, on the way to school, that might be a really popular time. A lot of people are posting. And then, of course, when you're at school, people are not posting because you should be at school and your phone should be away. Also, as well, when you finish school, that's a really important time to post. Knowing exactly how social media works can work for you. Identify your audience. What information is on your profile? What are you publishing? What is your go-to platform? It's really important when you're building your social media presence that you know who you're engaging with. When somebody wants to go onto my social media, my Instagram, for example, they can see in my bio that it says journalist. What does it say in your profile? Are you saying I'm from SE7? What kind of impression are you giving to people if you say that? Are you saying I'm best friends with so-and-so? What kind of impression are you giving? It's really important because there are some people that may not even check your pictures or may not even read your tweets. They'll just look at your bio and know exactly who you are. You need to be very mindful of what you're posting on your bio. Also, what are you publishing? You could be somebody who's extremely smart, wants to go to one of the best universities in the world, Oxford or Cambridge, or maybe not. Maybe you want to go into a vocational course. Are people going to know that from what you are publishing? If you're constantly publishing pictures of you with your hoodie up, or you're putting pictures out of you wearing explicit clothing, people will judge you. Whatever you're putting out there, for some people who are not knowing you explicitly, They will look at those pictures and that content and make a judgment of you. Be very mindful of that. Also, what is your go-to platform? It's important to know that as well. It's important to know what works for you, what doesn't. If you're a little bit older, or perhaps many of you may have it, LinkedIn is a really good site for professionals. What you post on LinkedIn is going to be completely different to what you post on Facebook. It's important to know what your go-to platform is and understand the audience on that platform and what they would like to see. For example, we know Instagram is great for pictures. We know that Twitter is great for words. It's also important to build your network. 100 engaged followers is more valuable than 1,000 who ignore you. Don't be fooled or hyped by the likes, guys. I know it's difficult not to, and I know when you see somebody and you think, oh my God, they've got 15,000 followers, I've only got 500. So what? If you've got 500 followers and they're following you, they're liking your pictures, they're engaging with you, that's really important. You can't post a picture and think, oh, I don't look great because I've only had 10 likes and somebody's had 50 likes. Try and focus on how engaged your followers are with you. That's really important. You need to focus on what your social media engagement is like, not anybody else's. And I can tell you for now, and I'm sure you guys know this, there are a lot of people that buy their followers, especially now. It's really cheap, but it doesn't give them any credibility. And you can usually tell, I'll give you a secret, if somebody has 1,000 followers, but they put a picture and only get 100 likes. That doesn't really tally up, does it? Mention, retweet, like, hashtag. If you want to build your network, that's a great way of people sharing your posts. So if you like something that somebody's written, you can mention the person. Oh, I liked what this person wrote. If there's a hashtag that's relevant and important, put your hashtag down. I know I'm pretty much older than a lot of you, so you must know a lot of this stuff, but it's really important to focus on it, because when you're doing it, unconsciously, you don't know what the results are. But when you're consciously doing it, knowing that, I'm going to put a hashtag on this. I'm wearing something from JD Sports. I'm going to mention JD Sports. Who knows? JD Sports may get in touch with you and ask you to be one of their ambassadors. Just be really mindful of mentioning, retweeting, liking, and hashtagging. Stay active on social media. If you're on social media, stay active on it. There's no point having a social media account and being dormant. And I say that because I know some parents may be listening and watching me. That doesn't mean doing it at all times of the night. That doesn't mean doing it during the school hours. But if you have a Facebook account, if you have an Instagram account, why not post something once a week? There's no point having the account if you let it lie dormant, because the world is your oyster on social media, so it's worth using well. Social media don'ts. And this is where the backbone of your digital footprint comes in. Do not be negative or aggressive online. This is so important, guys. There is so much legislation that has been put in by the government over the past few years as social media has become more important. Do not cyberbully. If you don't like what somebody else is wearing, you keep that in your head. You don't troll people online, especially people that are close to you. Anybody, but especially people in your school. This is considered bullying. When somebody who wants to give you a job or give you an internship or let you be friends with their daughter sees the kind of stuff you do online, this can turn them off. So please be mindful of that. Do not post anything illegal. I'm sure you may have all seen, but there have been so many different street parties that have happened in the past couple of weeks because people are desperate to get out of lockdown. But you know what? These parties are illegal. So if you witnessed anything like that and you're using your video camera and you put that footage online, you could be in trouble with the police. It's really important to not share this kind of content. You may think it's harmless. Somebody may send it to you and you may think it's funny and send it on. Keep that in your back of your mind. Please, guys. There are a lot of young children that have got in trouble for doing things like this and haven't even realized that they've done anything wrong. Do not post anything illegal. Do not post or share anything online that's explicit. This isn't just to the ladies. This is also to the men. It's wrong. it's against the law, and it's harmful to people. When you receive content like this, delete it. Delete it. I know it's easier said than done, but the last thing you want to do is share it. That's very important. Do not have an embarrassing handle. Titi, she asked us at the beginning of this session to write our names in the Zoom chat box. You don't want to have a name that's, you know, underscore, I'm the best person from these ends. Why? You know, people are going to start, you're getting to an age where people are going to start taking interest in you. You've got to put on a serious character. There's nothing wrong with your full name. Even if your full name has so many different syllables inside it, be very mindful of that, because as I mentioned to you about your bios, some people will only look at your bio. And if you've got Miss Strawberry loves XXX, what does that say about you? Whereas if it says Karen Chambers, Juliana Olayinka, Candice Smith, that shows to me that you're somebody who's self-confident, is confident in themselves and confident in their character. I'm sure many of you may have emails that have some really embarrassing handles, and I do urge you to change them. It makes an absolute difference. Do not use inappropriate hashtags. In our last slide about social media do's, I said it's great to use hashtags to build your network. Do not hashtag things that you know are inappropriate and wrong and shouldn't be used. Please don't do that. Okay, guys, we have a 5-minute break. I hope you enjoyed some of the bits and pieces I was sharing. The time now is 4:32. So let's say that we'll be back at 4:40. So it's 3 minutes, but we've got so much. Oh, 4:35. So it's 3 minutes, but there's so much that we've got to go through. And I asked you last time if you wanted a break, and everybody was saying, no, we don't want a break. But please, this is a great time to get some water, get some orange juice. If you've got any questions, you can put them in the chat box for me, or you can just let me know where you are zooming in from this. Digital success. It's not all doom and gloom. We know that because even this that we're talking through is almost social media. So there are ways to capitalize and to make the most of your social media accounts. Build a reputation for yourself. With every piece of content you publish, you're gradually shaping the reputation both for your brand and your personal name over time. The only question is, are you shaping a reputation you'll be proud of? Build your reputation. I'm a journalist. There are so many different bits and pieces that I see during the week, during my time out with friends, and I may want to post that. But then I'm always thinking, Juliana, if you post this picture, what are people going to think of you? Let me make the most out of my social media site to post things that are going to further me. So when I post things on social media, they typically have something to do with the news, something to do with journalism, because that's the brand that I want to push. That's the part of my character I want people to show. Occasionally, I may show pictures of my children. Occasionally, I may show a video of me going out with my friends, but that's not what the bread and butter of my social media sites are about. I want you to start thinking about this, guys. You're not too young. What are you posting? And is everything you're posting about boosting who you are? Or are you just flippantly just posting things on social media? Don't be afraid to get creative. One of the best fresh tips for social media is to start coming up with your own ideas. By using the strategies of your competitors and social media experts, you can only get so far. There may be something that somebody else is doing and you like the way she takes her pictures, or you like the way this guy does his Insta videos about FIFA. That's fine. This is a global world. We all take inspiration from everybody. But what's unique to you? What are you doing that nobody else is doing, or maybe only 1 or 2 people are doing, but you actually enjoy doing? Stand out from the crowd. If you start posting things and curating your social media in such a way, people are like, oh, that's different, they're likely to come back to you. You're likely to stand out from the crowd. So what I do, I might see a really nice news story that I think has been written well, that I think sells the story, and I might just clip that up and put it on my social media. Nobody is really doing that. Most people are only posting pictures. But what I see is that anytime someone comes back to my Insta story or my WhatsApp story, they know they're coming because they know that Juliana's going to post this kind of content that I like. Start thinking about that. Start thinking about what you're posting and how that's niche. Start thinking about how you can use your social media to push your agenda, your brand. At the end of the day, it's your platform. It literally is a platform outside of yourself that you can use to be and showcase whatever you want, but be creative and unique. Explore new social media networks. You're going to be shocked by this. Did you know that the average American has seven social media accounts? That means if you're only on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, you're missing 4 other accounts. Can you believe that? 7. So there are options. You don't necessarily just have to be somebody that's on Snapchat or somebody that's only on Instagram. There could be others. If you're a really creative person, why not Pinterest? Even if you're somebody that hasn't yet started thinking about what career they want to go into, why not LinkedIn? Start adding people that could potentially offer you a job or an internship later on. There are so many different options. And if you want to stand out from the crowd, or you're not really liking Instagram because you don't feel you can engage with people, try something else because there are so many different options. Somebody who is a huge star, very successful. Before I even go forward, I just want to quickly check in the chat. Does everybody know who this guy is? Let me just have a Y or a yes if you've seen him or you've heard. Okay, good. All right, okay, great. KSI. Now, KSI is somebody who has used social media to its absolute maximum, and it has benefited him. He knew what his digital footprint was. He went forward and he got it. His real name is Olajide Olayinka Williams Olatunji. Yes, I did it. I'm a Nigerian. He's 27 years old. He was born in Watford, Hertfordshire. I think we may have someone from Hertfordshire in the house. He started his YouTube channel in 2009. He is now a YouTube and social media phenomenon. And I mean it, he really is. And the fact that you guys know it, and he's, 10 years and older than you, it just goes to show his reach. He has over 30 million subscribers, over 5 billion video views, billion. The Times, which is a really kind of highbrow newspaper here in the UK, they named him the 2nd most influential online influencer in the whole world. He is worth £12 million. And he is one of the most highest paid YouTubers in the world. I'm sure many of you that know KSI will know that he started doing YouTube videos about gaming. And from that, it has completely blown up. He's now a musician, he's a celebrity, he's a sportsman, he's a motivational speaker. He was able to use YouTube and find that actually whatever I put online belongs to me. I can craft this. I can shape this. I can look at the audience. I can see the kind of videos. What video am I posting that gets the most likes? If I'm posting that video and that video is getting the most likes or the most views, that means that is the kind of content that people like to see from me. Perhaps there's something in there from me. Perhaps this is the way I can start promoting who I am, my identity, my character, in a positive way, not in an explicit way, not in an illegal way, but in a way that if my mum or my dad or my friend's mum or dad or my head teacher looks up my name on the internet, they're going to be proud of me. That's exactly what KSI did. There's a video here. I won't play it all because KSI is older than you, so there will be a small point where I will mute it. But I do want you to have a listen to what he had to say about how his success blew up, and hopefully you should be able to hear this.
Today I'm going to be giving you a quick lesson on life, because you know what? Why not? So what's the meaning of life? Well, to me, I feel like the meaning of life is happiness, really. If you don't enjoy life, then chances are you're probably not happy. Now, I know a lot of people hate this phrase, but it's annoyingly true, man. YOLO. You only live once. You gotta make sure you're happy in that life, bro. Now, a lot of people will dictate and tell you how you should live your life, but ultimately, you are the main person to decide how you should live your life to be happy. If I let people decide how I live my life, literally, guys, I would be working in McDonald's right now. Now, I'm gonna admit it, like, what I'm doing right now, YouTube, I'm just extremely lucky to be in it, because a lot of people trying to make it now can't, because it's pretty much close to impossible. I started when hardly anyone was doing it. Like, right now, doing YouTube, it's so saturated, it's just hard to get yourself out there. For me, YouTube is what made me happy. I was able to come back from school and be happy on this platform. Obviously, I had African parents, you know what I mean? So they were just like, what are you doing? You ruined your life. I had friends saying, you ruined your life. But you know what? I didn't care. A lot of people that I know try to make other people happy. I'm just like, why? Why are you doing that? Before you can make anyone else happy, you have to make sure you're happy yourself. If you've got a list of people that are extremely important to you and you're not at the top, then Jesus Christ, man, something is wrong. So this brings me back to what I said before. YOLO, man. Do what you enjoy. Do what makes you happy. Think about yourself.
Okay, guys. Okay, that was KSI speaking. I muted, as I said, just to remind you guys that KSI is 27. So there were some words that I didn't think were appropriate for this discussion. But this is KSI, and the reason why I highlighted him is because he has made a success. He's a multimillionaire now. Not everybody is going to be a multimillionaire, but he understood the audience. He engaged with the audience. He knew his brand. He knew his niche. Now, when you type in KSI into the internet, you know exactly what you are going to get. And that is basically what I want you to understand about your digital footprint. Whatever you put out there, you will be judged. Rather than seeing social media as just a fly away, throw away place to engage with our friends, why not craft it? Why not use it as a platform to push yourself further? Develop your character, develop your brand, and find your niche. This brings us on to the assignment for this week. And guys, we are soon going to go back. Next, we're going to go back to last week's assignment, and we are going to hear from a couple of you who sent in your elevator pictures. Guys, it's really important that you do your assignments, and I do hope that you will be delivering. In fact, you must all deliver this assignment, because social media now is such a significant, important part of communications. And I assure you guys, this is going to help you further your career and wherever you want to go. I want you to work on your social media success plan. This is going to be an A4 page. It can be written or it can be typed up. I want you to identify 2 social media platforms. Even though I gave you that statistic about the average American having 7, I want you to focus on 2 social media platforms. I want you to write down how you're going to maximize your personality using those 2 platforms. What type of content are you going to be posting? What type of pictures are you going to be posting? What do you really like doing? What side of your personality do you want to transform and elevate on these platforms? How will your content differ on each platform? If you choose my favorites, so for example, Instagram and Twitter, Instagram, I may post the picture of the news story. Twitter, I will post the words of the news story. With whatever you are going to be pursuing on social media, because remember, we're now going to be using social media as a platform to push out your craft, how is it going to differ on each platform? Who is your target audience? Is your target audience just your friends? Is your target audience your future employer? I gave the example of being an ambassador for JD Sports, an ambassador for boohoo.com, an ambassador for the Daily Times, a writer or a reporter in the Guardian in their children's section. Who do you want to see your posts? What behavior will you avoid on this new digital footprint journey? We spoke during the first activity I asked you to write down. I said, what did you post? And you decided to delete the post because you weren't sure about it. Going forward, and in this social media success plan that you're going to create, what are you going to stop doing? Are you going to stop LOLing at pictures of somebody because they look not that nice? Are you going to stop sharing dirty pictures? Are you going to stop using bad language on social media? I want you to write that down. It's very important. What are your social media goals for the rest of the year? It shouldn't be just, I want to get more followers. Do you want to now change your bio? Do you want to change your profile picture? Do you want to post less, perhaps? Do you want to post more? Do you want a wider network? I know there's people here from America, from Nigeria. If you're in Nigeria, do you want more British followers? How are you going to get them? If you're in Britain, do you want to engage with more American followers? How are you going to increase your capacity? I need you to write that down. What are your social media goals? I want 3 goals. And this is your social media success plan. This social media success plan, I would like it to be delivered to the Cause for Children Limited email address, which you all have, causeforchildrenlimited@gmail.com. And the deadline for this is Friday at 5 o'clock. This brings me on to my next topic, which is the elevator pitch. We are coming to the end of the session, actually, so I must be quick. We had some really nice entries, but not enough, guys. And there were so many of you on the line last week. So I do want to make sure that you do this work. And do remember that the elevator pitch assignment is ongoing. So as well as your social media success plan, there is an opportunity to get your elevator pitch assignment in. There is one lady who gladly, there are 2 people we're choosing this week, and we'll be doing that every week. And the first lady is a lady called Faithful. Faithful, if you're online, just give me a wave or say hi.
Hi, hi.
Oh, hello, hello, Faith. So Faith, I've got your pre-recorded elevator pitch. Would you like me to play that, or
Yeah,
would you like me? Would you like to deliver it for us now?
You can play it. It's perfectly fine.
Okay, okay, great. So if you put yourself back on mute, I'll play this now. And for the person who's asking, how do you do the elevator assignment? I'll let you know. Just one moment.
Good afternoon. My name is Faithful. I try to inspire people with disabilities to overcome their fears and struggles in their career. I have the knowledge and experience as a deaf disabled person. For instance, when I auditioned for an agency, they said I should act something out. So I used my knowledge in BSL, which is sign language. I used sign language with my script and I got in. So if you have a disability, you can use it to your advantage. I know that I can help you use your disability to turn it into something good that will continue you will continue to use in your everyday life and in your career.
Can I just say that that was absolutely amazing, and that really encapsulates what an elevator pitch is. We have one more who is Shiloh. Shiloh, if you're here, please unmute yourself. But very quickly, I just want to explain what an elevator pitch is. this is really what you are doing to showcase who you are very briefly. It's called an elevator pitch because you may only have 30 seconds. If you want to be a footballer and you've got 30 seconds with the England manager in a lift somewhere, what would you say to him, which is going to make him say, come and see me in my office on Monday morning? That's what your elevator pitch is. So just listening to what Faithful said, if I was running a charity, I would say, I want you working for my charity. I want you to be an ambassador because of all of the hard work you've put in and your confidence. That's what it is. It's part of your communications, guys. It's knowing exactly who you are and exactly what you want. And I can guarantee you it will change over time, but you should at least know and have an idea of what you want right now. So is Shiloh here?
Hi.
Oh, hello, Shiloh. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Oh, brilliant. It's so nice to hear you. Go. The floor's yours. Give us your elevator pitch.
Okay. Hi, my name is Shiloh Evans. I'm a serious, hardworking person who is reliable and eager to learn new skills. I can work well independently or as part of a larger team. My high-achieving nature and constant drive for achievement is what makes me confident. I would definitely work well in your business as I'm also full of ideas. I know that I may face obstacles, but there'll be lessons which will make me become more feisty to achieve my dreams.
Give some love to Shiloh, guys. Shiloh, well done. Let me tell you something, I need your contact details because I might be employing you. That is what it is. It's that confidence, guys. It's just saying, this is who I am and this is what I'm about. This is what I can offer you. It's so important. Please, 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 guys, I want everybody to send in their elevator pitch. All of the information is here on the screen now. We want you to write or record them. Calls for Children Limited at gmail.com. Do not forget your social media success plans. It's vital. I want to see them because I can help you. Titty, Calls for Children can help you. It's really important. Social media is the bread and butter of communications. And I really, guys, I want you to make sure whatever you're posting in the future, you're going to look back and be proud of, okay? So I want you to take that up, even if we don't have any social media. If you don't have any social media, this is even more important, and this is going to help you even more. So you know that when you are allowed to open your first social media account, you know exactly what you'll be posting. You won't be posting any of the social media don'ts that I mentioned.
Good afternoon. My name is Faithful.
I've got Faithful playing again. Okay, so lastly, guys, we've got just a couple of more minutes. Please go back to www.slido.com. Obviously, we need your feedback. We need it, we need it, we need it. Type in flawless. I was going to do the Beyonce reference. I did that last week. And just describe your experience. Thank you so much, guys. I do want to hear more from you next week. So please, please, please make sure you are giving in your homework at the Calls for Children ltd@gmail.com email address. It's really, really important. And do your elevator pitches so we can hear from more of you. I can see from the chat that you guys are quite a lively bunch. And I would like to hear that. I'm active on one type of social media. Okay, that's great. So thank you so much, guys. It's great to have you here. Same time next week. Make sure you leave all your feedback and all your comments, your suggestions, your questions, and do not forget your homework. Thank you so much. There was a fly in the screen. I'm sure you all see that. It's gone now. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you.